Hey guys, so we're back with the Frontier again, America's favorite wheelchair. I'm deciding to try out some new tires with it. I got these, which are some ATV tires made by, I don't know, some Sun company that you find on Amazon, cheap Chinese stuff, the good stuff. Compared to the stock Chang Shen tires, obviously they have a significantly more aggressive tread, so hopefully they'll do the mud and the dirt and everything coming up for hunting season a lot better than the other ones will. The only question I don't know is, for whatever reason, a lot of these 145 size tires end up being a much smaller diameter than the original Chang Shen tire. I don't know why. I've ordered a couple different ones I've tried on this chair now, and when you put them on there, the chair ends up sitting lower to the ground. You lose some ground clearance, which obviously is no good, so for the purposes of what I'm doing. So we're going to give these a try. They seem to be a little larger in diameter than the Chang Shens. Of course, that's because they have such a thick tread on them, but we'll see how they go when I finally put them on the chair and see how much they squat when you put the weight of the chair and me inside of it, and see how much that squats to the ground, and we'll try it out. The biggest reason, though, I wanted to make a video this evening is these trailing wheels. Well, the trailing and the front wheels. I've worn them out, so I need to replace them. These are very expensive tires. If you go on to here in the United States, it's the United States dealer is Sunrise Medical. If you go on their website, those tires are $120 a piece. That does come with the rim and the hub and all that, but still $120 is a little steep for just a caster wheel. So I got this other one. I did a little searching on eBay. And I ended up finding from these used ones, which I don't know how the guy considered them used because they look like they're brand spanking new. But these are off of a Quantum Rival. They're the exact same tire, same size, same tread, same everything. So it's like, well, I'll give those a try. Like I said, they're supposedly used, which they're just dirty, but the tread is basically untouched. They're essentially brand new tires, which I got this pair for 25 bucks free shipping, which I also found another website that just sells the tire, not the wheel as well, and they were $60 a piece just for the tire. So for 25 bucks for two of them, that's not bad. Again, this is off of a Quantum Rival, so it's already got the hub or the wheel inside of it with bearings and everything else. So I figured, well, I'll just buy it and I can take the wheel apart and put them onto the Frontier tire, or the Frontier wheel, I should say, which is here. But what I did was, or what I thought was, since it's the same size wheel, what if you just put it right on the Frontier itself? Because whatever, I don't know why Magic Mobility over-engineered the snot out of this thing. This is the whole assembly you have to take apart to get this tire off. It's this insert in the middle that's threaded, goes through there, you have a bolt on each side, this spacer. It's kind of a pain in the butt to take that tire off and take it apart. So my idea was, what if I could just throw this tire on there, because it's obviously the same one. It's already got the bearings, it's already got everything in it, so we're going to do it. I measured it, checked it out. It fits right into the fork on the chair perfectly. The only difference is that threaded insert obviously isn't going to fit in here because this is a much smaller bore. So I measured it. Those are 8mm. That's an 8mm bore in that bearing. Got some 8mm bolts by 100mm long. And these will allow this tire, the whole thing, wheel and all, to go right into the chair. So I'm going to put these on instead. Not to mention, I think they kind of look better with they have the kind of the 3-spoke design there, which is actually exactly matches the or the main drive tire on the front here. Also, the other reason I'm going to do it, because it was saving me also some other money. These bearings, this is another thing I don't understand about this chair. These bearings are shielded bearings. They're not sealed. This metal shield around the outside here just keeps large debris out. But if these get wet, say you're hunting or you're going through wet grass or even some puddles or whatever, if water gets onto these bearings will click. They make a lot of noise because they're not sealed bearings. These bearings on this chair are sealed bearings. Those are double sealed bearings, so both sides of them actually have a full rubber ring to seal them out from the elements. So I would have had to have replaced all those bearings, which I was thinking about doing too, but that would cost me a bunch of extra money. So for 25 bucks off of eBay, I've got a better looking wheel that'll fit right onto the chair. I've got my sealed bearings and basically a brand new tire. So I'm going to get these mounted up, and I'll show it to you when it's all done, and I'll probably also put those ATV tires on there and take it for a spin, and maybe we'll get some video of that, and I'll let you know how it rides, because I think it's going to be a little rough for those big tread, but it might be okay when we get in the dirt. Okay, so welcome back. We have the chair here, and I put the tires on it. Again, these are the Quantum Rival wheels and tires, so they were a direct fit right into the chair. No spacers required to get rid of all that threaded insert over engineered stuff that Magic Mobility had on this thing. So not really sure why they put it there, but I'm sure they had a reason, but this is a much simpler way. So I can't imagine it's not going to be just as strong and work just as well. This theory has been used on wheelchairs forever, so it's a hardened bolt going through there, so it should hold up just fine. But I think those tires, those wheels really look good because they match the 3-spoke design of the actual drive tire as well, so I think they look pretty good on there. I took it for a spin earlier. Everything rolled well. Everything works perfectly. I did put the larger off-road tires on it as well, as you can see. They worked really well. Drove it, took it to a park by my house here a little while ago. Had a chance to drive it, go up and down a couple dirt hills and some steep trails. It worked really, really well. I unfortunately didn't take the camera with me, so I wasn't able to record it, but I will get you some good video of it in action soon here. Again, there's the same tire in the back. No need for all the spacers, everything. Swing it around here for you. Kind of see right in there. It fits nice and snug right inside the fork perfectly. There's just a little gap on each side, so there's room for water or whatever to drain out. Nothing will get caught inside there. I do need to get longer bolts just because the bolt ended up not being quite long enough to get the washers on there. Is just able to get the nut on it, so I do have to get some longer bolts for it, but that's the longest bolts that the local hardware store had in stock, so I'll have to get some different ones for it here eventually. Probably gonna have to order them off the internet because the only other bolt supplier by my house has a big a minimum purchase requirement, and I don't think 4 bolts are gonna quite fill their order. So, but anyways, there it is. It's all set to go. So a couple weeks, me and my wife are going up to We're going up north for a weekend, a little getaway that just the two of us, so I will definitely be taking the Frontier with me. We'll be spending some time up in the UP of Michigan, so there will be lots of opportunity to really test this thing out up there. So really looking forward to that, getting away with her for a little nice long weekend, and definitely taking this thing out and having some fun with it. So I will make a video of that definitely when we go camping and our adventures up there, and get some more videos of this thing in action so you all can see what these how good these tires are for this thing. One note I will make is that I did drive it today, and I thought with this really aggressive tread on there, I thought the tires were going to ride really, really rough, and the chair would be very uncomfortable to ride in. But I was actually really surprised at how comfortable it really was to ride. It was a little rougher. There was a little, vibration from the tire because the lugs are spread out so far apart. There was a decent amount of, I shouldn't say decent. It was rougher than the stock tires are, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. And they are really pumped up right now, too. I haven't aired them down yet. I have to find the good, happy medium of the proper ground clearance and the proper softness to stay in the theory of, softer tires grip the ground better. So right now they're, I think, at like 12 psi. I think they're meant to run at around 7 or 8 like the Frontier, like the stock tires are. So I do have to adjust them a little bit, but I wasn't sure yet with just putting them on there how soft I should make them just yet. So that's kind of a, I'll experiment with it and find a good middle of the road spot where I have the ground clearance still, but I can soften them up a little bit to get even more traction out of them. So another side note was the chair did not drop at all, which I was also worried about. Some of these other, as I said earlier in the video, some of these 145 size tires end up being really small for some reason. I don't know why. The stock tires on the Frontier are, I think, around 14 inches in diameter, and a lot of these other companies that make these 145 tires, they're only like 13 inches tall, so they end up being too short for the chair. So, which obviously drops it down to the ground, and that's no good because you need ground clearance when you're going off-road with this thing. So these did not drop it. I was actually very impressed. They're a little stiffer than the other tires are, but this thing really sat up high. So I think it's actually sitting a little higher than the stock tires were. So I definitely got some room to air those tires down a little bit and get them to mush out a little more and get more traction out of them. So anyways, so that wraps up this video. I just wanted to tell everybody about this. The main part was I really wanted to focus on these Quantum tires and how well they fit right on this thing and can save people a lot of money. So until next time, take it easy, and we'll see you then.